What did the quiet kid all of a sudden do at your school? This really snobby girl would always yell at the quiet kid for putting stuff on her desk like his folder or something touching the sides. Pretty rude in my opinion. Well, one day she placed a Starbucks cup on his side while not paying attention. He picked it up and chucked it across the room. Threw shit at the bully in the gym locker room. Like, produced the shit, reached in there and got it, and zinged it. I can't remember if he hit the guy or not. Got up and sang like Frank goddamn Sinatra at a school talent show. He was instantly popular after that. About 6th grade, we were in pen and this Einstein gets the idea to run around the locker room, but naked and slapping people's ass. I hate almost any middle schooler. Kid was 19 and mentally handicapped. He had very few friends. Shy. But he was a damned sweetheart. One day, a week from prom, in front of the whole cafeteria, he asked his crush to prom. It was adorable. He had a sign. People were recording it, and everyone cheered when she said yes. I mean, there was also this kid who interrupted an American football game at our school, stole the ball, then outran all the players around the track. After like 2 laps he scaled the fence, and he was never seen again. The guy was in band and I went to the band room to pick some things up. Another popular kid was bothering him. The quiet kid got a clarinet case and cracked his head into the corner of the room. Me and 5 other kids had to pull him back, and he got arrested. I think he's still in Juvie County Jail. The popular kid lived, but he had to have surgery, and he lost his band scholarship. The quiet kid in high school who I and most other people never talked to. He was in my class for 6 years and we only spoke once or twice in total. On one of the last days I was sitting in class, he walked right over and invited me to his birthday party out of the blue. I went. We became best friends. We have now been together as a couple for 2 years. She suddenly got really mad at a teacher in front of the whole class, who was very obviously teaching history from his own politically biased perspective. There were 2 kids. The first kid was bullied by everyone, even the ducking teachers. One day the kid just snapped and threw a desk, one of those metal 3-sided individuals desks with the attached chair, through the 2nd floor window. The second kid was a young man who never really spoke, but he got on stage at the talent show and sang the most beautiful opera I've heard. Kid got a scholarship to the Yale School of Drama, where he's currently getting his doctorate. No one would have thought he was capable of it. But, one night he went to the school and hoisted a Jolly Roger flag up the main flagpole. When faculty, administration, and students arrived in the morning, there was the Jolly Roger waving in the breeze for all to see. I was friends with the kid in school who was relentlessly bullied. He was seriously strong and shredded more than Chris Hemsworth's in Thor Ragnarok. He was very awkward and shy, but one day he decided to jump out the 2nd floor window of my Afrikaans lesson. We had a single floor classroom right next to our 2nd floor class. He jumped onto the roof adjacent to our class, then proceeded to dance on the roof for almost 2 minutes, jumping down after he was finished. Came back to the classroom like nothing happened. No one noticed him doing this, so he did it a 2nd time. No one noticed the 2nd time either. Sorry Steven. Your attempts to be cool were in vain. Showed up at school with a Dasani bottle full of Everclear, drank it at lunch, and got sent to the office. They put him in a separate room with just like a desk and an office chair. He puked several times in a circle around himself cause he was spinning in a circle. Then anyone outside the door heard him repeatedly falling off the chair and then complaining about the puke. Same guy always wore a fishing vest full of random shit in all the pockets. And once in geography class this kid was pissing me off, and fishing vest was like you want me to stab him. And I assumed he was joking, so I was like lol yeah, and he asked what I'd give him for it. And I laughed and pulled out this CD Edwards Guster. I remember. Ducker walked up to the annoying kid, pulled a sharpened fork out of his vest, and stabbed the kid in the hand. He got nerve damage. Then he demanded I actually give him the CD. stole the class Cole's locker by switching his lock with someone else's, and I never got caught neither. Quiet new kid in school was being bullied by a known prick. Guess this day he had enough. Prick told him no hoods allowed in school and yanked his hood down on the stairwell. Kid turned around and slugged him, grabbed him and launched them both down the full flight of stairs. Somehow he landed on his feet, dragged the prick up, and threw him into the main lobby. Kid tried to walk out the door and got slapped in the back of the head. They grappled in the main lobby with an audience, and the kid got free and threw the prick down another flight of stairs. They both ended up in the principal's office, but no major consequences for them. Most of us that were there had never seen someone thrown down some stairs before, so that was kinda ducked. I have no idea why, but one day he came to school with a huge bag full of water balloons and kept it in the middle of the classroom. He didn't say anything or do anything afterwards to cause some water balloon fight, but that's exactly what happened though. Pulled a burger out her shorts and ate it. It wasn't wrapped in anything. She offered whoever was there burgers too, like she had a sack of burgers in her shorts. This didn't happen while at school, but I knew them from school. It was actually a family of 4 shy kids, all very quiet, socially awkward, and generally picked on by people. Nice family overall, but extremely shy. I ended up going out with their cousin for a while, got invited to a family wedding, and was at same table as the shy kids. As I expected, the shy awkwardness continued throughout the meal. Then, out of nowhere, just as the dancing started, a Michael Jackson song came on and holy frick, these kids let loose. They stayed in their group of 4 plus their father that joined in, but they were going to town and dancing like mad. No alcohol, just random flailing to the music. It wasn't good dancing, but it was completely without regard for what they looked like. It was amazing. I beat a football player in a push-up contest in PE. It was surprising, but nothing really changed for me after that. Continued being a shy nobody. It was just good to know I could do it. Wish I was still in that shape today. I wasn't the quiet kid, but I've always had a soft voice. Once in 7th grade, before I gained confidence to start answering questions voluntarily, my math teacher called on me to answer the problem on the board. Very quietly I said 79. He says, "I'm sorry, what?" A little louder, 79. He walks over towards me. "What?" I shouted 79. He jumped back, and the entire class didn't stop laughing for the rest of the day. Apparently the other teachers in the rest of the classrooms down the hall lost control of their classes for a few minutes because their students were uncontrollably laughing because they randomly heard someone shout 79 down the hall. With no context. Put in his vampire teeth and bit the girl seated in front of him. Drew blood and was expelled for 10 days. Came back more normal. I'm not quiet, just unsociable. And one day I was mad because I didn't get the grade I wanted. So I burned my copy in front of the class. Nobody ever said anything after it. Suddenly started roasting the whole class. This kid would walk the halls of the school with his long hair, head hung low. Never really heard him say a word. Then there was a variety show. It was pretty lame. After 4 stupid acts, this screen is revealed. Behind the screen are some blue lights or something. Hard to tell. Then you hear this guitar playing. Wow, it's really good. That's the intro to Rush. 2112. This was 1979. It's a hard piece. But this guy's really good. But who is it? Well, our long-haired, very shy guy walks out on the stage all by himself. Then, the drums really let loose, and that screen raises. It's another guy playing the drums. The entire auditorium just erupts. Shy kid hasn't looked up from his guitar yet. He keeps playing. After about a minute and a half of just shredding, he looks at the crowd, smiles really big and just shakes his head. The crowd goes nuts again. I saw him in the hallway later the next week. He had his head up and was just nodding to everyone. It was surreal. I remember looking around at the teachers, principal, etc. They were all smiling when the kid was playing. He was that good. Consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more of Reddit Universe,